Words have power. Find your voice. That's the theme of the work I've been using with the National Oratory Fellows program for the past 2 years. Well, I've never had a problem locating my voice, so naturally public speaking has never been difficult for me. Over the past 21 years of my teaching career, I've had many students like myself. You know these children, the kind that can't wait for their turn to talk, the kind that like to make other kids laugh, and the kind that genuinely love getting up in front of their peers with all eyes on them. These students tend to be drawn to public speaking much like I was. Teaching oratory to these kids who are extroverts and love having a captive audience is a piece of cake. They get it, they love it, and they're good at it from the very beginning. But what about the kids that aren't natural speakers? The students with speech language goals on their individual education plans, who daily wrestle with articulation or struggle with word retrieval issues or have to fight not to stutter. And don't forget the kids that are painfully shy. Teaching oratory to these students is more complicated, yes, but even more rewarding. Helping these students to find their voice typically requires a much more delicate excavation around a specific communication challenge or a deeply rooted fear. All my students know that my favorite Lincoln quote is, "Determined that the thing can and shall be done, and we shall find the way." And this particular group of students lives that every week in my oratory club. They were determined to deliver a smooth speech, so they put in extra hours of effort in practicing so that their messages could be heard loud and clear. Many times their messages had to do with the power of oratory has helped them to grow as a person. Lonze's message, after being too afraid to do the spelling bee, was, "Don't let fear stop you from pursuing an opportunity, because you'll regret it later." Ty, who was very afraid of speaking in public and is now the first student to give a speech, his message is that all students need to learn oratory skills so that it can help people find the right words to avoid conflict and reduce bullying. Rick's message came from a student that was struggling reading 2 years below grade level, and it was that oratory opened the door to something new for him, and that was confidence. Witnessing these hardworking students discover the empowerment that comes through oratory is a true joy because the confidence they feel is palatable, it's contagious, and it's incredibly inspiring. We are blessed as educators to be a part of this important work and understand that teaching oratory is beneficial to all students. But beyond that, it must be viewed as an academic priority for any student that has a communication issue. In my experience, their words are even more powerful because they had to fight so hard to get them out. They are, in fact, discovering the communication skills required to continually master the very challenges that held them down. How very lucky I feel to be a part of their journey. So I say to all of my students, words have power. Find your voice.